Benvenuti a Permacultura Italia. Oggi siamo con Felipe Pasini dal Brasile, che è l'autore del documentario Life in Syntropy. Ciao Felipe, ¿cómo
Ciao,
estás?
grazie.
Bien.
Bene.
Why you make the documentary, this fantastic documentary Life in Syntropy?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the reason we did Life in Syntropy was because it was this amazing work that this Swiss guy Ernest Gutsch did in Brazil and has been done in Brazil for the past 40 years, and also that has been spreading around for this past 40 years. And we just realized that it was a very pioneering work, although agroforestry and this concept it's already known, and there were not many people aware of it. So as a journalist, because my basic foundation is communication, me and my wife, we work together, she's also a journalist, we felt that it was a perfect subject to talk about, and with still feel approach from media, from communications in general.
So you made this beautiful documentary, which is emotionally getting quite close to the idea of syntropic farming. But in real, what is this syntropic farming? In few words, or
Well, yeah, I'll try to explain this. Syntropic farming is actually one evolution of the concept of successional agroforestry that is pretty much more known in Brazil and Latin America, because there is a different concept from what Europe still understands from agroforestry. Is more related to the CRAF, World Agroforestry Center concept, and but in Latin America it was always a little bit different. And Ernest was one of the guys who influenced a lot this movement in Brazil. And recently, in 2013, he decided to rename it as a syntropic farming, because for us, we believe that in this system that life performs in a different way as the other spontaneous transformations of the universe, which are mostly entropic. They tend to lose energy during this the transformational process during evolution. That's why there's the second law of thermodynamics. But many scientists, and even from the Greek times, they claim that life performed in a different way. Life gains energy during its path, during its evolution. And that's why we use natural succession and use like the natural technology of the planet and understanding natural succession and consortia and stratification. So we try to go on the flow of this syntropic tendency of life, which is complexifying, creating more biodiversity, more organic compounds in its biomass, and more energy in general.
speeding up also the regeneration of the land.
Yes, absolutely. The natural manifestation of the planet after this last ice age we had from 13,000 to 11,000 years ago, the planet's changed, and the natural manifestation of most of the planet was forest. So since the dawn of agriculture, we've been moving from forest to desert, always eating up a little bit of the natural capital, which was the way the planet manifested itself, the life manifested itself after this climate change. And we didn't understand that everything was supposed to be forest. And we try to follow this as a guideline, as a guidance. So we create forests in our agricultural systems, and we produce and we harvest on its way. I mean, while we do the recovery with forests, we do our farm.
Fantastic
So,
system.
so it is a combination. It can be the combination of forestry with agriculture.
So, what is the difference between syntropic farming in Brazil and what could be in temperate climate?
Actually, just the plants and some management, because the principles are the same. And the principles of natural succession and stratification can be even used in deserts, in the bottom of the ocean with algae, and in Siberia. And I mean, whenever there is life, wherever there is life, there is.
Or in a very small garden, maybe.
Yes,
Also.
absolutely, anywhere. And yeah, the principles are applied the same because they're principles of life. It's the way life moves in the planet.
Of course. What about to connect syntropic farming to permaculture design?
Yeah, I think it's a good match because people tend to think that one is competing with another, and it's not true because permaculture is a systems design, and there are so many competent people and so many competent and efficient design systems that can be used, and I just think that permaculture could embrace some of the practices of syntropic farming in their permacultural design because permaculture is a very big scope. You know, it goes from architecture, water drainage, and I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
You know, sanitation, and it could easily be incorporating syntropic farming as a good practice because it's you know, dealing with biodiversity is a lot, and so this group is really just focused on agriculture itself, and we all love permaculture, and sometimes permaculture was our first contact with this more, you know, this new technology or this new concept of sustainability. So I think, I hope both groups evolve to cooperate in the future because there's so many good people in these movements and we kind of need them now. Not fighting against each other, but collaborating.
Also, I think can be very good help to syntropic farming to use permaculture design only just, for example, to adapt the system in different climates. Because with the thinking, you know, with the vision of the design, or the permaculture design, you know, it's got a broader vision using an holistic design approach. It's possible that permaculture can help to adapt
yeah, I think it could be.
On the land,
yes,
on
I think
each
it could
scale.
Be.
So,
Absolutely.
Very good, okay. So permaculture and syntropic farming are niche systems. Can be done. What can be done to scale them up?
It's a $1 million question.
Yes.
I think there are two main fronts, and one precedes another. I think is the change of, as Karin here from Aloma says, the change of the climate of the mind first. You know, people need to believe that we are going in a completely wrong direction, and direction that we are taking has no future. Absolutely has no future. Is a crime against future generations, and we just can't continue like this. I mean, we have science enough, we have proof enough from every side that the way we are doing can't continue. So it would require first for people to understand that deeply, and then we have many technologies to offer, both syntropic farming, permaculture, and many other systems, sustainable systems out there. And after it happens, and then we would start talking about mechanization, and because we're not against technology, quite the opposite. You know, we believe and we embrace human creativity in creating amazing tools and that we can use in farming. So, but friendly machines and not war machines like we have today. Like the machines we use for large-scale farming, I mean, they belong to the same warfare instrumentarium. You know, one of those planting machines or harvesting machines, they're tanks. Those tractors, they're really tanks, and then you have the airplane with poisons. So it is a war machine. Everything is to kill life. So we would need to study machinery that would work in favor of life and not against it. I think it would be nice.
Muchas gracias, Felipe. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.